Hey, this topic came up in my Discord, and the specific question was about sleep, right? Uh, Whenever this person is about to go to sleep, they have negative thoughts, and then they wake up in the negative state of mind, and then the day is ruined, and things like that. And my kind of offering was that, we sleep so that we rest up and then wake up tomorrow and carry on with a wonderful, exciting day, right? But not everybody sees sleep the same way. And no one perspective is right because there is no such thing as a right perspective, right? So, in this video, I want to talk a little bit about the kind of in regarding now, a way to define now based on the past, and the way to define the now based on the future. So, going back to the topic of sleeping, when sleeping is a reward for a really tiresome day, right? Then, yes, the sleep feels good, but today that predicates that the today was a hard and tough day, right? Which means tomorrow can also be a hard and tough day. And the more hard and tough days you accrue every day, the night and sleeping is just gonna feel more and more like a punishment. Because yeah, like today was hard, but I reward myself with the sleep, but then like what's waiting for me in the future again, like another tough day, right? So you're not gonna look forward to it. Therefore, you're gonna try to postpone your sleep, whether by doom thinking or doom scrolling or whatever, and then you wake up tired tomorrow, which makes a tough day already, and such, right? Another way to look at rest is, like I said in the beginning, tomorrow is a fun day, it's an exciting day, and in order to have a great time, I'm gonna rest up really well, right? So if I'm gonna go to Disneyland and have a lot of fun, I want to be not tired, right? I want to be well rested so that I can maximize the fun that I have in Disneyland, standing in line and watching the parades in the sun and things like that. So when you define the today and the now based on the day that's about to come, right? Then what you're experiencing today has a chance to be a good resource for the what's upcoming. And so this may not just be related to sleep. It can also apply to like studying, right? So you study, and why should you study? Suppose you're in college and then you're really doing this studying, and you're having a tough time focusing, and you're like you're thinking, why am I doing this? You're doing this because you're in school. You're enrolled in it, and the tuition's already paid. You don't want to waste your money, but you're not really interested, and you're just kind of like forced to be here, and the exams are so hard, tuition's so high. So that's a very like, this happened, therefore I'm subject to this kind of an attitude, right? But if you can look at studying as, well, like I happen to be interested in pursuing this field after I graduate because this is my major, right? And so this knowledge will help me in the long run. Or if I'm taking an elective, like, in order for me to be a well-rounded person, right? I'm not going to just be a one-trick pony. Of course, like it's nice to be good at one thing, really. It's nice to be doing that one thing really well. But people generally appreciate, and it's nice to have the variety is the spice of life, right? So this elective, it's gonna help me, and somehow I may not know about it in the future, just like how all the good things that happened to me in my life, I never knew they would happen in the past, right? So this elective, it might be a good opportunity for me. The people I meet here, the professor I meet here, the books I read because of this course, it may be an inspiration for me in the future. I just have no way of knowing. So when you look at your current experience of studying from that future kind of oriented way, then it just becomes more pointful, right? There's a point in doing it. So lastly, I think when we look at this is more specifically on the topic of drinking and like having big dinners. We like to drink and we like to engage in the, Friday night kind of a culture. Why? Because we want to reward ourselves. We want to reward ourselves for like having gone through this really horrible week, and it was a tough 5 days of work, and now it's Friday now and we're gonna party it up, right? So that means we're trying to reward ourselves. But reward means something is completed, right? So after the reward, we have to start again. And if you've moved heavy things before, you know that keeping something in motion is significantly easier than starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping, right? So just like that, simply having the attitude of like, oh my god, I'm finally done with this week, and then I have to start a new week next week. Shifting from that to, why do I need a reward? My life is the reward. Shifting to that kind of a ongoing kind of a way of viewing things completely eliminates the framework of start, stop, right? And these are the little micro adjustments in your perspective that have a very good payoff in the long run. So I encourage you to look at your life, look at today in a future-oriented way.